Council meeting. The City Attorney report back from closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No reportable action from closed session. Direction is given to staff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to everyone in the audience. We're here for the regular City Council meeting. Right next is going to be the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to ask Councilman Weber to lead us, please, tonight.
I salute and pledge.
Any corrections or agendas, amendments tonight?
No corrections, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Any recusals for any council members?
We
Any
will
items?
have a couple, Mr. Mayor. I know we, just to update the council on this, we have 4 public hearings this evening, 2 on the benefit assessment districts and 2 on the landscape lighting maintenance districts. And I know typically we do some recusals on both of those, but for the benefit assessment districts, there's going to be no assessments done. It's just going to be received by the council. There's going to be no action taken. So there'll be no recusals required for that. But for the landscape lighting maintenance district, I have council members Johnstone, Reynolds, and Smith will need to recuse themselves from one of those. We'll note you when that comes up.
All right.
Don't I have 2 that I need to recuse?
You would have had to do one for the benefit assessment districts, but since we're not taking any action on that, you won't need to. And then I know we'll have Vice Mayor Smith, I believe, also recuse on an item later on.
Okay. Thank you. That's upcoming. Presentations and proclamations, none I see on the record. None tonight. Okay. Any non-agenda item slips?
Yes, we do have 3 tonight. We'll begin with Rhonda Magnuson and follow that with Tim Hawkins.
Rhonda, welcome.
I would like to clarify something tonight. I did not know Mr. Weber 15 years ago. I met Mr. Weber since he's been on this council right here. His attitude was anything but respectful. His wife was also my case manager at the mission. I went to her and I explained my situation to her. She then was no longer my case management. For the best interest of their own, they chose to go along with Annie Terry. And then Mr. Weber on his Harley rode up to me in front of the police station. And he informed me on there was nothing that was his problem. And if I didn't leave things alone, he was going to file a restraining order against me and make sure that I never bothered him again. Then now, my next thing, Annie Terry, wherever you are, you come in here. You explain to this county, to this council, and these people what you have done down there for the last 40-plus years. Then I think, Annie Terry, you ought to give up that property down there and turn it over to the city. Then you need to retire. And if you can find a way, there's crimes. Find a cell. Your police station has been used against these homeless people through that shelter for years, falsely. Okay. I can sit here until I am blind, and I can scream as loud as I can possibly scream. But I am not going to get heard as long as there is people in these seats that are willing to serve themselves better. Now, this is my truth. I will swear to this with everything that I am. And this name that you are speaking in Jesus all the time, it is only for those that have the eyes to see and the ears.
Thank you. Up next, we have Tim Hawkins.
Welcome, Tim.
Hi there, Mayor, council members. I'm Tim Hawkins, CEO of the Community Action Agency of Butte County, and I'm here to share good news to Orrville residents and the families we serve throughout Butte County. PG&E recently made a donation to our North State Food Bank to the tune of $65,240. This gift will help us provide nutritious food to individuals, seniors, veterans, and families who are struggling to make ends meet. I do want to acknowledge that PG&E is a company that brings with it strong feelings in our communities. The impacts of fires and the burdens of rising energy costs have affected many residents throughout Butte County. And those experiences are real, and they shouldn't be dismissed. But at the same time, I believe it's important that we also acknowledge when corporations choose to invest in the well-being of our community. For the North State Food Bank, this donation is not about public relations. It's about food on the tables for our most vulnerable neighbors. It's about helping seniors between groceries and medications, have to decide between those a little less often. It's about ensuring children have enough food over the weekend. It's about supporting working families whose paychecks simply don't stretch like they once did. The reality is that many of the same households struggling with higher costs are also facing food insecurity. This combination will help us, this contribution will help us respond to those needs immediately and efficiently. The North State Food Bank has a long history of serving Oroville and the surrounding region, and donations like this allow us to continue that mission at the same time when demand continues to increase. So today, I simply want to say thank you. Thank you to PG&E for making full and meaningful investment in our community. Thank you to the City Council for your continued support of efforts to improve the lives of Oroville residents. And thank you to many volunteers, donors, and community members and our partners who help ensure that no one in our community has to face hunger alone. Together, even when we come from different perspectives, we can find common ground in caring for each other. Thank you so much.
Sir, very nice.
Thank you. Up next, we have Thurman Hodge.
Welcome, Thurman.
Thank you, City Council. I'm gonna take my little 3 minutes to ask, have any one of y'all up here address the allegations that I came in from years ago? Every year I come up here and ask, have anybody addressed the allegation of the Oroville Police Department, the Butte County Sheriff, aided and abetted by the DOJ and the District Attorney selling drugs in our community? I have asked if my little cousin Otha Chappelle was murdered behind this. And have any one of y'all ever went to anybody and asked if the allegations are true?
Sir, we don't get to have a question and answer. You just get 3 minutes for your public statement.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
my public statement is, why haven't I heard anything about my death of my cousin or the prospect of the Oroville Police Department and Butte County Sheriff selling drugs in our community? I mean, I believe we as a community need to know why. I haven't heard any answers. I have showed proof. I have came to everybody respectfully. I have not been disrespectful to anyone. All I want to do is clear my name so I can help my community become the community that we are. I represent the south side of Oroville, not South Oroville. South Oroville is something that y'all made up. I represent the south side of Oroville. And in the south side of Oroville, the OPD, the Butte County Sheriff, the DOJ, aided and abetted by the Butte County Sheriff, the Butte County District Attorney Office, the parole office, and the probation office. And I have the proof of it, and I don't understand why nobody up here has went to anyone and asked these entities, is this true or not? I've been doing this for 20 years. This happened 20 years ago. I got out of prison in 2013. I've been coming up here ever since then when I found out the truth of what really happened to me and my community and my little cousin. The truth is, Otha Chappelle was beat to death in prison because of what Gil Zarate of the Oroville Police Department and Bennett, the sheriff, and the DOJ had going on in our community. There was allowing drug dealers to sell drugs in our community for immunity and monetary gain. And this happened, and the result of that happened, my little cousin was murdered. And they accused me of murdering him. They accused me of being the biggest drug dealer in Northern California. And I had nothing at all. I never sold drugs to anyone. All I want to do is clear my name, find out what happened to my little cousin. I would like the city council to look into it. Go ask Gil Zarate. Go ask Mike Ramsey. Go ask these people, please, and let them sit down with me. Everything I'm saying is on paperwork, sworn testimony from these officers and these detectives. And it's their investigation, not mine. You know, and I'm afraid for my life because my little cousin's life was taken behind this case. But I come up here every year. I sent the paperwork to the grand jury in July, and still haven't heard anything from them. So what do I do as a citizen of Orville?
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Mayor, that's all I have for submitted speaker cards.
All right. Thank you all. Council reports and announcements. Open the floor to the council. Councilman Weber. It's in the queue.
Yeah, thank you very much. Tonight's National Night Out, right? So
Correct.
Chief, you got something going on? We're out there right now. Barbecuing, got live music. Of course, it's or is it a DJ? Yeah, and then we got, so that's at Hewitt Park going on right now till what time? Cool. I know it's a little bit hot, but it's a brand new splash pad out there, and it's brand new Hewitt Park. It'll be a great time. And it's not like we're any strangers to the heat around here, and it's been a beautiful summer so far. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I gave that plug because you guys, I know you put a lot of work into it. It's going to be a good deal. As soon as we're done here, hopefully we get done quickly. I'll be over there. So I want to thank you, Chief. Thank you for all you do. And kudos to you and your traffic officer that you hired. I mean, I seen him the other day on Montgomery, like by 9 o'clock in the morning, got 3 of them, you know. I pulled over and introduced myself, and I was very pleased, and I heard he actually hit like 13 speeders or something like that on Montgomery Street, so I'm sure he's going to be working the entire city.
Yeah, I'm going.
He's what? I think he's over 40. Really? Wow, that's wonderful news.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, awesome. Well, good job. Kudos on that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And then also, next Monday, OCDC, Orville Community Development Coalition meeting, will be hosting the developers for the Ruddy Creek subdivision. They're coming in to give an update on what's happening out there, other projects that they have in the pipeline, plus talking about opportunity. Like, it's basically, this is going to be a conversation that's going to surround economic development through housing. So they're going to be coming in. That's 5:30 p.m. next Monday at the Union Coffee Club, Monday the 10th, Orville Community Development Coalition meeting. Anybody's welcome to come. I would encourage you to come because it's going to be a good conversation with the developers that are putting that together, and I'm eager to see that get done. And that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor Smith is in the queue.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Want to remind everyone, September 26th, Salmon Festival. We will be having a meeting right here at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're interested in participating, you're a business, a nonprofit, you can come and be a part of that tomorrow morning here in this room, 9 o'clock. Thank you.
All right, Councilman Reynolds.
Councilman Reynolds, before you speak, can I just piggyback
Absolutely.
off of? Thank you. So I spent the weekend with my family that came up from Los Angeles, and we were in Sacramento. And one of the members of the family who lives in Sacramento said, "I'm excited, I'm going to Salmon Festival. I do it," and he explained the hatchery and et cetera, et cetera. So I just wanted to share that with you. People, yeah, Sacramento, looking forward to coming.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we have people from all over Northern California. It's a
Yeah.
great collaboration with downtown, with, of course, Department of Water Resources, Fish and Wildlife, the hatchery. It's just a great collaborative effort that our community's been doing for over 30 years, and it really kind of puts Orville on the map. So it's a very important event. And the more the merrier. The more we have that public participation, then the better we put ourselves forward as a community. And it's just really important. And then also the weekend before, just while I'm thinking about it, is that the community cleanup. So the city will be, I think, a part of that process. And of course, the Parks District will start at Riverbend Park. There'll be more to know and more information on that as we get closer. But certainly, we want all hands on deck to put our best foot forward as a community to make a difference. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Reynolds is in the queue.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to, it's been a very proud weekend, and it'll continue through this week. My son was married on Saturday to a very beautiful Proverbs 31 girl, and I'm so proud of him. He's very successful in his military career, and he's entering into pre-med here, so he's, but his goal when he first went in the military was to live on Coronado Island, and that's where their first residence is. So only 6 years later, 7 years later, absolutely wonderful. So congratulations to Grayson and Julia Reynolds. And then my daughter, my youngest daughter, Livy, is getting married Saturday. So I will be congratulating them after the next meeting. But very exciting times. We have an empty nest, and that's one of the hardest things about being a parent is you raise your children to leave you, and they have. They're off on their own. So I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of them, and they're good kids. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Councilman Weber, thank you.
Yes, congratulations, Councilman Reynolds, on that. That's awesome. That's really good news. Is he having are they going to have a baby soon? Because, man, I want a grandbaby real bad, but we don't kind of.
Maybe at 9 months.
There we go. That's awesome, man. Good for you guys. That's cool. Okay, I got two more that I forgot about. Backpack giveaway. African American Family and Cultural Center is teamed up with the Orville Youth in Action to bring a backpack giveaway for back-to-school supplies backpacks. This coming up Saturday, August the 8th, at the African American Family and Cultural Center at 3300 Spencer Avenue. That's from 2 to 5 p.m. I think there's 200 and something backpacks, so supplies are limited. But I think so for anybody that needs backpacks, come on down. And then also on Saturday as well, the South Orville African American Historical Society is doing what are they calling it? It's an Orville Youth Partnership and Giving event, and this is for the Orville Youth Forge, South Orville African American Historical Society, Orville Youth in Action, Paradise Boxing, Bees Club Basketball, and Cultivate Power Fighting Arts. This will be at the Union Restaurant at 12:45 p.m., 2053 Montgomery Street, and this is an opportunity to learn what these organizations' missions are and to sow into them if you feel led to do so. So I will be at both of those events I just told you guys about. Matter of fact, I'm emceeing the event at the Union Restaurant, and then I will, when we get done there, I'll go over to the other event. But these are great opportunities. One's a resource event, one's sowing into a resource event. So thank you very much.
Councilman Thompson's in the queue.
I think, since we're just doing kind of fun announcements, I just found out last night that I got accepted into a mentorship program with Attorney General John Ashcroft and Ambassador Sam Brownback. I'm not sure if you guys know who those guys are, but mentorship for people that do what we do. It's a very small group. I think there's, I'm guessing about 20 of us. But yeah, they're flying my wife and I out to Missouri next month. So pretty honored to be a part of that mentorship program.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. I'm going to take a quick note. I just, last Wednesday, along with about 35 other representatives from various cities in Northern California, attended the Vacaville PG&E Emergency Command Center. And it's a fascinating place to show where all the big decisions are made about our power going in and coming out. It's a huge facility. It's, as you can imagine, very secure, and we had to go through some interesting security provisions. But I think the most interesting thing is to see the room, and actually there's a body of people working 24/7 to make sure we have power. And I know it's probably not the most favorable place to be, but at the same time, you can be assured that all of us got the full tour of the facility and how they bring the power in and how they balance load and how they shut down. There's a lot of caring people in that room, in that building, and we got to meet them all and have good discussions. And the actual people that say power goes off and power goes back on. So it was interesting to see their thought pattern. One interesting aspect of it is typically they'd see the load go off, the power load go off around midnight, and then that's the cheaper times when you have cheaper power. Well, what's happening now is all the people are buying these electric cars and EVs, they start charging on the
Charging
timer
it.
at midnight.
Right.
So now the load is changing and they're maybe considering different charges for midnight because that's when the load is coming on because all these cars are charging. So, you know, you
Well,
have to
new
realize the
technology.
consequences of what's going on. And it's fascinating to see that they're trying to adjust for the whole process throughout the entire community. So I would like to see all of you get a chance to go down there. It's fascinating, but we had Mayor of Paradise was there and many other cities, 10, 15 cities were all there, so we all got to see that situation going on, and it's a good thing to know that they're there. It's very secure, there's no signs, nobody knows it's there. It's all 12-foot high wall, and so that speaks to our security, that they're behind walls and not subject to any outside influences. That's all I have. Any councilman left, staff reports?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I have a few items just to briefly update the council on. Quick reminder on 311. I'm hearing, I think it's just a good opportunity to refresh the public that we do have Oroville 311 online. It's an app you can download on your smartphone, or you can go to the Oroville website, and if you put in the search engine Oroville 311, it'll come up there. But it's a great opportunity for members of the community to report non-emergent issues. Instead of, they don't always have to call their council member or their vice mayor or mayor. They can put them on there. You'll get direct contact with staff, and the issue will be addressed, and there'll be communication directly with the folks that are reporting it, as well as staff. So just want to encourage folks to use that. I did have a meeting yesterday with Alan Dykes over at Mission Esperanza, and he will be coming here next meeting to do an update on, their first, I don't know if it's been a full
about-
year, but I mean, they've
almost a year.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
come a long ways. And I went over there and saw the site. It looks great. It's very well kept. I think the pallets were about 95% full. The congregate fluctuates a little bit. I did want to plant the seed that, with this heat spell going on, the rescue mission they are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for those who do need to go in and cool down. But he'll be here next week or next meeting to provide a more thorough update. But it seems like it's going very well. So he'll be able to address any questions you folks have. And lastly, a little bit of bad news I learned last week. I wanted to update the council on the Rule 28 project that's been on the radar for everyone here for probably almost 20 years now.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
We've done a lot of work to. It's a complicated subject, but we've done a lot of work for the city to get additional credits from PG&E. And our project was slated for production in 2030, I
Might
believe.
mention what the project is to the
Yeah,
public.
the project is ultimately undergrounding the
Electrical.
infrastructure from PG&E, and obviously the other infrastructure as well on Myers from 162 all the way down to
I think Myers or Lincoln.
Lincoln, from 162 to Wyandotte?
Wyandotte.
Yeah, 162 to Wyandotte, Lincoln.
It's going
Thank you.
that way, too.
And it was slated for 2030. We had a call last week. We touched base with them about every 6 months because ultimately the project is 3-4 years out. They let us know initially that it was going to be delayed, and then ultimately that it probably wasn't going to happen. And Tim was on the call with me. I was pretty upset about the issue. I've drafted a letter. I think we should write a letter to PG&E. I've set up a meeting with Congressman Gallagher to talk to him about the topic. Very, very disappointing. Take it a little personal. I take the region, why all the projects are we being cut and where's the money going? So anyways, just venting a little bit, but I did want to let you know that we got that bad news last
Wow.
Wednesday or Thursday, but we will keep you appraised. We'll bring a letter of support for some change or some clarity or something at the next meeting.
Did you say you met with Senator Gallagher
I'm going to meet with his staff on Monday.
on Monday?
Yeah, we just got the meetings confirmed today, so next Monday.
Right.
Okay. Any other staff?
That's all I have.
Go ahead, Ron.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Let's give you an update on the stats for code enforcement in the month of July. My team resolved 202 code enforcement violations. They opened 103 cases. They closed 51 cases and performed 315 inspections. We pushed out our new radio system that was approved through the 26-27 budget. It's working really well. We can organize much quicker. I know where everybody is out in the field, which makes it nice and safe. So it was money well spent. It was just under $3,000 to get the program up and running, and has been very effective so far. I want to give you a little update on our housing navigation. We have Dulce Sanchez, who is contracted from Butte County, handles housing navigation within the city limits. Right now, she has 145 active cases. And in the month of July, we're able to get 3 people relocated out of the city of Oroville that were homeless back into their states, where they have, one person had a board and care home there, and the other 2 had VA benefits there and other benefits. One went to Wenatchee, Washington, Thermopolis, Wyoming, and Bend, Oregon. So it was nice to get 3 more people off the street. We're right at about 25 since January. We're able to get individuals off street and back to the state from which they came from instead of Oroville. And that's all I got for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A lot of good work done. Who's up next? Oh, Councilman Weber, excuse me.
You know what? I forgot to give you kudos for that, man. And I can't tell you, that Wenatchee, Washington case, dude, that guy was in rough shape, man. He was in rough shape, and you guys handled that like so fast, and you did it so humanely and showed him so much compassion, and he couldn't have been more ripe for the moment, right? It was crazy, dude. Good job.
I went and hung out with them for about an hour until we could get everything organized and then keep them located, because sometimes, when we get the services going, they disappear. But hung out with them, got them back, reconnected with a family in Washington.
13 years he's been down here.
Unhoused, yeah.
Yeah, 13
Between Chico,
years.
Oroville, and Paradise. He's bounced around
And
quite
in
a
the
bit.
complete throes of addiction, and you guys just jumped on it and handled him. He was so afraid that you guys were going to arrest him for having an open container. Dude,
Yeah, he had like 25 contacts with the police department the
Yeah.
last 2 months. So.
But he just wanted to go home, and you guys made it happen. Good job.
Thank
Excellent. Thank you so much. I do have a question for Tim, if you don't mind. Tim, could you explain to us the dig outs that are happening on the, because we got construction on our dam. Everybody knows that. We've got paving that's going to start Sunday the 9th in the evening. But right now, there's some paving going on, but a lot of people are kind of wondering, what this paving is. Would you mind just giving us a.
So a couple of things confirmed with Caltrans meeting today. So Sunday night, they started the dig outs. Dig outs are small sections of the roadway. Picture the worst cracking on Oro Dam Boulevard. It's limited to sections, maybe 100 feet long, full lane width. Maybe you're at a tire rut, maybe it's a couple of big potholes. What's happening is the sub base has failed and needs to be dug out before they come in and pave on top of it. So there's areas marked in white out there. They go overnight, dig down foot and a half, dig up the material, recompact it, put it back, and then they're going to pave over that. So that's what's happening this week, and it will continue into next week in advance of the project. Sunday night, they're going to start the mill and fill. They're going to start at the west end of the project. Confirmed, it starts at the bridge abutment on the east side of the river. There's no work on the west side. However much we would love to and they would love to, it's on this side of the river. That's going to happen until first week of September, and then they're going to have a pause because Caltrans has state mandated smoothness testing that they perform on the new asphalt, make sure everything's going good, make sure it's acceptable, and then they'll resume in a couple weeks after that. So dig outs first, localized failed subgrade base material, and then they're going to pave. They're going to go really fast after that, and then let a pause. It all happens at night, so the road gnomes are going to get to work after you go to bed. A lot of work's going to be done overnight, and you'll wake up, and sections of road will be brand new.
And then question, on the laterals, how far in the laterals, do we know how far they're going to go? Because like, for instance, at Feather River or Dam, it's rough. And I understand that they're going to do some of the lateral, like down either way.
Typically, the Caltrans right-of-way extends about 50 feet to 75 feet down from the face of the curb down. It varies on each road, but there will be markouts out there to where the extent of the paving is.
All right, cool.
But it varies by intersection. Feather River Boulevard actually is one of the widest.
Okay, all right, cool. So thank you for qualifying and clarifying that, because I just wanted to make sure they didn't believe that that was the paving that was happening. Okay, so,
Okay. Councilman Reynolds in the queue, question?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, I want to comment on Mr. Belser's comments. That program is that the one we developed that we called Home for the Holidays when I was mayor?
Yeah, now it's Safeway Home.
Great. Yeah, I remember me and Bill Agrone going down and buying many bus tickets and putting people on buses and sending them home. And then we got a new chief in at the time, he was temporary, and it was about January or February, and we had a guy that really needed to go home. And he said, the chief, I said, well, we're gonna use the Home for the Holidays program, and he said, well, the holidays are over. And I said, well, use Arbor Day or Valentine's Day or whatever you need, but we continually throughout the year would send people home, and that's a great program. A lot of people just get stuck, and it seems impossible to them to put those steps together to make it home. So I'm happy to hear that that's still going on. Thank you.
Every day is a holiday.
Yeah. Vice Mayor Smith is in the queue.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is for Chief Wines. As we all know, the flock camera system has become quite the discussion on the national discourse. Our chief has taken a proactive approach to that, to share a policy and to provide a venue for the public interested in this discussion to come August 11th. And so, Chief, maybe just briefly just give an update to that, and that obviously I believe you have to sign up to participate.
Yes, correct. We're limited on space on the EOC, but you sign up, you can attend, submit any questions. We will provide a complete, transparent view of what we do and how we do it different than a lot of agencies, which were much more restrictive on how we use that, and just how we use it.
And so if people are interested, where might they go? I've seen that on our social media.
It's on the Oroville Police Facebook page.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you.
August 11th.
If the crowd gets bigger, what's your alternate location?
We don't have an alternative
Okay.
location. It's, but it will be posted online after we're done. It'll be recorded and posted online.
Okay.
If it's very popular.
We can, I have no problem doing it. Again, I want to reiterate, this is for our community.
Yeah.
I
right.
am not I don't care about what New York wants to make of this, or
Amen to that,
Berkeley, or
yeah.
anybody. I want my community to feel comfortable
Right.
and provide direction if that's the case. But I want our community to have good information, not misinformation, and we can move forward from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more department head reports? Oh,
I just wanted to remind those who have pulled papers for the candidacy for this upcoming election that the deadline is this Friday
Okay.
at 11 a.m., with the exception of District A and the city treasurer position, in which if the incumbent does not file by the 7th, there is an extension to August 12th.
okay.
Okay.
I saw a hand over here. Was it Chris? Mm-hmm. Okay. Welcome.
Just wanted to provide a quick update on the engine, Measure U engine that was purchased or ordered 3 years ago. It
With the
has
bling.
finally started production.
Oh, nice.
I'll share pictures with everybody as they come. Pierce has a website. We can follow the progress as it gets built, but the chassis is there and they
Nice.
are just starting to put it together. So
Janet's real interested in the wheels, aren't you?
The bling, the wet.
Back over here again. Patrick.
Yeah, today we received an email from the governor's office about the opportunity zones. And as you may remember, that we put in 6 tracks. And we requested 6 tracks, and we were accepted for 2, but this isn't the final. So there's a lobbying period that ends on the 28th. So we have an opportunity to go after those. The 2 that were chosen, and I put a map in front of each of you there, are the 25 and 32. So what was in the opportunity zone for the city was those areas that are in between. It's three areas. So it's basically the industrial area, south side, and then the downtown. So those are not in there. They haven't received. We're actually looking in to see if it's possible that they didn't include those. They didn't provide those numbers because maybe they're letting those continue on. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So they on the list that they put out, there's 561, and there's 618 that we can be submitted to the feds. So this process right now is what the governor, what we end up with on the 28th, are the zones that the governor will give to Washington, to the feds. So we're hoping that he'll include our last three that we have in there, the three that we've had already, and we'll continue those on. Alternatively, we thought possibly we could lobby to just have those continued on for at least extended for another couple of years. They expire in 28. We thought maybe it might be nice if they could let those go until 30 or something like that, maybe a little bit longer. So
Pat?
just, yes.
Will you clarify 25?
25 is mostly in the county, up between Oroville and Paradise.
Yes, that's what I thought. All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
So it looks like what they did is they kind of looked at the burn zones, is what we're sort of thinking that they've done. So we don't feel like we're out of the woods, but we'll ask our lobbyists to go after this, and we'll maybe bring a letter back to council to the next meeting to approve, till we can send off to them as well.
I should add, Senator Dolly's office was also trying to send a letter in support of our opportunity zones.
Yeah.
You could also contact their office. Maybe they have an insight to what's going on.
We'll contact both of them, yes. And then the county did write a letter for us, and the board approved it. And just for reference, for what the other counties have, LA County has 181, Riverside County has 28, 35 in San Bernardino, 31 in San Diego, 24 in Sacramento. So we're just asking for 6. So hopefully they'll let us have it. Yeah. And this has been, I know Wes is given a presentation of this a couple of times. He's been leading this, and so he's been watching this closely, and we'll continue to watch this.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Anything else to report? No. Tim, did you have anything to add? No? Police chief already talked? Want to talk over here? Ruth, Amy? No? All right, we're good.
All right.
Next item would be the consent calendar.
I second it.
I'm going to pull item 2 real quick, and then the rest of the consent calendar. Was that your motion? Yes, sir. Okay. I'll call roll, please. Thank you. I pulled item 2. It's a letter of support for the Thermalito Water and Sewer. We have the district manager here if any of the members had any questions toward him about the letter and what's going on with Concal Reservoir. I just want to give the opportunity for any of the councilmen to talk. If not, we'll move forward on it. Okay?
We're good. Did you?
Go, come on up, Jamie. Give us a short version.
You're here.
That on?
Yeah.
First of all, just thank you, Mayor Pittman, Vice Mayor Smith, and council members for considering this last-minute letter. The district currently, we serve population about 12,000 out in Thermalito. We serve both the Butte County and the city of Oroville. Lake Concal is our water source. It has 8,200 acre-feet of water rights. Since the campfire, we have lost 2,000 acre-feet of capacity in that from the runoff. 90% of our water storage was affected by that, and so the watershed has been impacted.
Right.
We have been, since December of 2025, we have hired lobbyists. We have Gallagher's office and Dolly's office champion this for us. And so this letter that we're asking for is, they wanted to have elected officials supporting us in both the city and the county. And that's why it's before you tonight. And I'd like to apologize to staff for not getting to this sooner to them, but it was last minute for me. And I contacted Mayor Pittman to get this on your guys' agenda. So this is for our community. This is to make us resilient for our water storage, to be able to serve our community. So I just thank you for your consideration tonight.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your comments. Any questions from council? Entertain a motion.
Second.
Call the roll.
There you go.
Jamie, here's your letter. As approved by council.
I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
5 o'clock? We want to move to the public hearing?
Public
Mr. Mayor?
hearings. We'll open the public hearings at, what are we at, 5:24, something like that. First public hearing is item number 14, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Yes. The
Bad.
annual assessments for the city's consolidated benefit assessment district zones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Action requested.
No action.
Any comments? There's a public hearing?
No speaker cards received.
No cards?
No.
Then we'll close the hearing and we'll take action.
And actually, for this
Oh,
one,
no
for
action?
these two, these were the ones that there's no assessments being,
Okay.
it's just really
Recusals.
received for information.
Okay. Item number 15, annual assessments for the city's consolidated benefit assessment district zone 5 and 9.
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay. No action requested.
Yeah.
Any
You needed to open and close this public
Close.
hearing as well for each
Okay.
item.
We're going to open that up for item number 15, the annual assessments, city's consolidated benefit assessment district zones 5 and 9. Any public cards on this item?
Submitted.
No submitted times? Then we'll close the hearing and
No action.
no action necessary. Item number 16 is now opened up for annual assessments for the city's consolidated landscape and lighting maintenance assessment district zones 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, and 17. Any comment cards?
None received.
None received. All right, we'll close that hearing, and I'll entertain a motion for,
Move. Third.
call the roll.
Yeah. Cars running.
And Mr. Mayor, for this next one, we'll have 3 recusals. Council members Reynolds, Johnstone, and Vice Mayor Smith will need to recuse themselves for
All
this
right.
number 17.
We live in the districts.
Yep. So we're looking at, open the hearing for item number 17, which is the annual assessments for the city's consolidated landscape and lighting maintenance assessment zones 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 13, 16, and 18. Any public comment received?
None received.
I
None
move that
received.
we adopt resolution number 94.
For hearings closed,
83.
go ahead. Got to close the hearing, yeah, it's fast.
Okay,
Call the roll.
right.
Motion passed with 3 yeses, 3 recusals.
All right,
All right.
bring them all back in, then we're back to regular
Regular
business.
business.
And under regular business, folks, our next item is number 5, the Oroville Downtown Business Association Annual Report.
Is there a video first? Yeah. Okay. I can stay seated while you do the video? Sure.
Yeah.
Where's the video?
I only see a PowerPoint. Okay.
Got a movie?
Uh-huh.
Get a quick movie.
I resent the PowerPoint because it was stated
Yeah, we got the PowerPoint, but there,
There was no video.
is there, you said there's a video too?
on the original.
Tissue.
Okay, just a moment. Got it. Oh, okay. So it's like
While they're working on that, I'll just read the agenda. States the city council shall consider the 2026-27 annual budget for the Oroville Downtown Business Improvement District for their fiscal year of 26-27. And we're looking for, here it comes.
Welcome to downtown Oroville. We're the ODBA, a nonprofit managed by local business owners who believe in Oroville's potential. Our mission is simple: to ensure a thriving economy in the historic downtown district through beautification, advocacy, and marketing. More than just a board, we're a community collective that unifies and protects the historic character that makes Oroville special. As stewards of this district, we make every dollar count. Volunteer power is our engine, from handing out welcome packets to new neighbors and dedicated cleanup days to painting light poles and creating seasonal magic. We throw that same muscle behind our events, ensuring that when people visit downtown, they're supporting our local businesses directly, not outside vendors. One First Friday event can produce thousands of dollars in receipts in a single night. And between frequently sold out ticketed First Fridays and signature annual events, such as Christmas Preview, Shop Small Saturday, and the Mile Long Yard Sale, we're bringing the crowds back to Main Street. But more than just commerce, what the ODBA really fosters is connection. Our annual Christmas Preview and tree lighting bring hundreds of local families together, creating lasting memories that define our community. It's these moments, from the warmth of the lights along the streets to the smiles of every resident that gets to experience them, that truly make Oroville home. We at the ODBA work hard to ensure our downtown remains the beating heart of Oroville, a place where local commerce meets community connection. On behalf of the ODBA and all our dedicated volunteers and committees, thank you for your continued partnership in keeping our city vibrant for years to come.
Excellent job. Excellent.
I keep hearing your voice through that whole. Great job.
I love downtown. So I'm just going to go through this and give an overview of highlights and what we spend the money on, because that's the reason that we're here. But if you have any questions about anything that I'm covering, please feel comfortable stopping me. I want to make sure you understand. The Downtown Business Association has been around for over 40 years. It's always been a collaborative effort for business owners to join together, share resources, and try to get more people to shop downtown. That's been the goal. Oh, that's right, I have the controls. And in 2019, the business owners who were running the Oroville Downtown Business Association and the Riverfront District joined together and created the BID. And that is our funding mechanism. So that is now how we get the income. But the BID is fairly new. The Downtown Business District is older. This guides everything we do. As with any nonprofit, you have to stick to your mission. So our mission is that downtown Oroville works to ensure a thriving business economy in the historic downtown district through marketing, beautification, and business advocacy. And our vision is to create a sustainable, vibrant, and beautiful business community, attract customers to the downtown commerce district, and inspire them to shop small, and work with the city to create a place that is welcoming to do business. And this is who runs the ODBA. We have a board of 8, all volunteer. No one is paid. We met at our last board meeting and estimated that we had 600 hours of labor per year that people put in. And what else is really unique about our board is that they all own businesses. I think we have one that manages the businesses, but these are all people that have decided that they want to put their money, their time, their energy, their heart and soul into downtown. And so it is absolutely appropriate that they are the ones who decide how the funds are going to be spent. The next slide is our income. This is what we are expecting to receive, which we won't receive anything until January, now that we're aligning our collection fees with the business license fees. So the big question is, what do we use the money for? We have a website that has that is very high in the ranking results. It's kind of like our front door to downtown. Businesses who don't have a website, who only have a social media, or maybe don't have that, automatically get a landing page on our website. So anyone who wants to know what's going on and what businesses are in downtown, they can find that on our website. We have a large social media following, 12,000 followers. So what that means is that our downtown businesses are busy creating all sorts of wonderful events and having sales and different products to promote their business, and we share all of that on our social media platform. So it gets out way further than what it could ever do if they were doing that all on their own. We post 100 posts per week, and that's 140,000 views a month. We also spend the money to host 10 events. All of our events have to stick very closely with our mission, which is to try to bring people into our businesses and restaurants and spend money there. So when we run a First Friday, which can cost about $600, our goal is to get people into the shops, and we bring in thousands of dollars for businesses on those ticketed events. And then something like Christmas tree lighting is more expensive. So if you kind of compare this to the average assessment is $250 to $300 for a year, what a business is getting is something that they could never produce on their own. So we divided up beautification. Our beautification committee is completely committed to making downtown beautiful, creating an ambiance, and keeping it safe and charming. This year, for the 250th birthday of our country, people who weren't able to buy their own flags, we were able to purchase flags so that they could put them up. We also replace burnt-out light bulbs all the time on those string lighting, and that's just a constant thing that happens. We have to hire electricians sometimes to make sure that they're plugged in at the right place. People often get tired of having a whole string plugged into their store, so you got to make sure it gets into another location. But that's an ongoing thing, is keeping those string lights going. And then the flowers and all of that. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it does take a lot of time to make sure that's happening. Our marketing approach is to market downtown Oroville as a destination. We never know what wonderful new businesses we're going to have pop up. We have quite a few old established businesses, and it's up to them to run their business, but it's up to us to make sure that we are marketing Oroville as a place to come and spend your entire weekend. We promote downtown Oroville as an experience, because it absolutely is. I don't know, I'm sure you've traveled around. There are not very many downtowns that have the charm and ambiance that downtown Oroville has. So we want to bring in visitors and build pride in our historic downtown and have people come back again.
Okay.
So what we do is we promote all downtown events. So I said we only run 10 events a year, but there are other wonderful creative people downtown who have events, and we promote that on our website. We target tourism with social media and print advertising. We do email blasts, our social media posts, and we do website blog articles, just all trying to raise awareness for downtown and get people to come and shop down here. Our event categories, the largest type of events we do are shopping and dining events, like I mentioned before. Around the World, Salsa Taste Off, the Hollywood Walk, Christmas Preview, and Shop Small Saturday generate so many sales for our businesses. It's incredible. People who haven't been downtown for a long time will come, and then we're hoping we can bring them back again. And the mile-long yard sale, I was just talking to people about that, and that is a huge event also. We have community events that help bring pride to our community and help create that ambiance. The Haunted Miners Alley, the Farm to Table, which of course, if you haven't been, you definitely should all be there. The ambiance when you're right on Myers Street is absolutely magical. And the Christmas tree lighting is super fun too for families. And then we had dueling pianos this year, which was wonderful and kind of a fundraiser for us as well. I wanted to end with, our passion is, of course, shopping locally. And I know that we all know that we should shop locally, but it kind of helped me to look at the numbers. when I purchase something on Amazon, I'm going to guess about 5 to 7% of that actually stays in Oroville. When I go to a big box store like Walmart and Home Depot, about 14% of those dollars actually stay in downtown Oroville. But when I go to one of these independent downtown shops, 67% of that actually stays in downtown Oroville. So we have, actually, the residents here and all of us can completely control the type of downtown we want. If we put our money where our mouth is and make decisions to shop downtown, our stores will be able to be open longer and expand and thrive. So that's our takeaway. So thank you.
Thank you. Any
Do you have
questions?
questions?
Councilman Reynolds in the queue.
Thank you. I have a question. All those, the lights, they look amazing, you know, the string lights. So you mentioned make sure that they're plugged into the right spot.
Yes.
Are the individual businesses paying for those?
Everybody
electric-
has a different arrangement. Like
Okay.
on some, there literally will just be one business at the end that is covering the electricity for that whole run.
Uh-huh.
And then we've had it recently where people are like, well, I don't really want to do that anymore. I just want to do my shop. So it's had to be rearranged.
Okay.
So it's
I
just
was
kind of.
just curious.
Yeah.
It's an amazing effort for
Yes.
people to take on that extra
Yeah.
cost.
And it has to be maintained in order for them to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll make a quick comment about the Family Destinations Guide. I don't know if you saw it today, but I kind of texted it out to a few people. A big article about everyone is talking about this California town, which is unbelievably cheap groceries, gas, and rent. And it's a whole story done by Emily Applebaum about Orville.
Yeah.
And it's quite a thing to see. And if you don't, I'll text it to as many people as I can or put it on the city's website. It's a fascinating article and it really gets into the depth of Orville. And congratulations to the DBA because it's all what you guys are doing to make that look that good. So thank you.
Thank you. It's a great town. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Action requested. Any other questions? Any cards in this item? Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the fiscal year 26 budget.
I'll second that.
Call roll. Thank you all. Yeah. Item number 6 is agreement with Restoration Management Company for the fire station kitchen remodel. Mr. Tens. Got a worn-out kitchen.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Tonight, staff asking for your approval to authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Restoration Management Company, RMC, for the fire station kitchen remodel flooring, along with a 10% contingency for a total project amount not to exceed $111,421.08. As you remember, council approved this project earlier this year because the kitchen cabinets date back to the 80s, and the flooring installed around 2011 have simply worn out over time. Our firefighters use this kitchen every day while they're on shift, so the remodel will give them more reliable, updated space that will better serve them for years to come. RMC submitted the lowest responsive bid. Staff reviewed the proposal and found the pricing to be fair, and approving this agreement tonight will allow the project to move forward. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Councilman Goodson's in the queue.
I just wanted you to tell folks who have looked at this agenda item and might assume that the monies are coming out of a budget that we don't have. So could you just let them know this is a capital? Who would have that information?
We've budgeted for this from last year. The money
Yes.
has rolled over, and due to the process that we had to go through to find the contractor, it had delayed it. So the money is there. I don't know if Ruth can.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's
Can
part
you-
of our capital
Thank
budget
you.
fund. It's not coming out of our general fund.
Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Johnstone has a question.
Thank you. So my question was, we did budget it for this, but did we budget it for the 60,000 or did we budget it for the 100,000?
Well, we actually budgeted, I believe, 140.
Updated.
140?
Yeah.
We did. So the full plus the 10% contingency was already
That still-
budgeted.
That still
That's what I
brings
thought.
us lower than what we're actually budgeted for. And the
Perfect.
10% is just in case we're going to do everything we can to
Right.
keep it within the original $100,000 budget.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Do we have any cards on this item? All right, entertain the motion from the council.
So moved.
Second.
Call roll. Thank you, sir. Item number 7, professional service agreement, software inspection equipment and defect grading with Granite Net. Is that Mr. Caper?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. This professional services agreement with Granite Net will upgrade our current agreement with Granite. The current software that we have is becoming obsolete and not supported in the near future, and it is only hard drives in the truck. It doesn't have the data go anywhere. What we are proposing to purchase is actually in response as well to the state water board audit from 2024. This was a major finding that we did not grade our pipes to NASCO requirements, and that is the National Association of Sewer Service Companies. That's the group that mandates the inspection and the grading and the condition of piping. And we have no one on staff who can do NASCO grading. What this project will do is we will take the video, AI will detect the defects that we need to have graded. It will go back to a group in Florida. They will grade it and they will send it back to us.
Okay.
And that we can use this to generate capital project list, to use our sewer fund to go mitigate problems before they happen. This also will integrate with our Esri, our GIS. So every single time we do a video, it will pop into our GIS. So we actually have a list of our assets, where they're at, when they're at, why they're at, and the condition of them. So this is, I'm asking for $58,000 for the initial fee. That is going to outfit the sewer trucks. It's going to bring the trainers out here, train our folks on how to use this system. And then the annual fee is going to be about $32,000. There is an AI code fee, 34 cents. I can get that down to 32 cents. Talking with the vendor over the last couple of days after this went in, he's been able to whittle it down. I anticipate roughly 10 miles of road, or 10 miles of sewer main a year is going to need to be coded. We don't quite know for sure, but we'll work with the company this year on how we do that and what the actual total need is. Subject to any questions.
This is paid with sewer funds as well. I'm sorry, just to add that
Vice
clarity.
Mayor Smith is in the queue.
Yeah, you actually kind of took the words out of my mouth. I think, given the budget challenges that we have, it's really important that we always identify when we're talking about extra spending, that this is coming from the sewer fund, which, of course, that is funded by the fees that the city charges to collect the sewer. So it's a necessary, which you've already, I think, well explained. It's a need, but it's funded through that, the funding received from the sewer collection fees.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we've been searching for this solution that actually fits our needs and is usable. We wanted one that our folks could use and was kind of not really plug and play, but one that worked with the staffing level that we had and did not increase our staff, did not increase the burden on the staff. The grading and the burden is on somebody else, so I don't have to add anybody. The folks who are doing the video and doing the normal cleaning, they're going to keep doing the normal stuff. I don't have to add anybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Councilman Thompson's in the queue.
Thank you. And so just out of clarity, just to follow up with what Vice Mayor Smith said. So was this already in your budget?
Yes, this is in the budget.
Okay. And we don't have any other software that can do this?
We do not know. Current software, CMMS software, does not do sewer grading, does not do asset management of the sewer pipes. This will also inspect and grade the manholes and the lift stations, and that's not available in our CMMS.
Thanks.
Councilman Johnstone's in the queue.
Thank you. So, so this has already been budgeted as an ongoing budget as well, though, too, right? Because there's going to be an additional 32,000 plus 18,000 a year.
And that's all going to come out of the sewer
Out of the
fund.
sewer, there's not going to be no general funds.
No general fund.
Okay, and then the annual Yeah, the ongoing is about 50,000 a year, which.
The
will-
ongoing will be about 50,000, yes, depending on what we code and how much we need to have coded.
And that's already budgeted, and it's already budgeted for ongoing. Okay, thank you so much.
Quick question, estimate, how many miles of sewer line do we have in the city?
We have about 66, 67 miles of sewer main in the city. So we try to get through it about every 5 years.
Thank you.
And again, I want to stress, this was flagged during the audit. This is a requirement. It's not something that, I mean, obviously, if we can find a cheaper way to do it, we'll always be looking for that, but this is the best alternative right now.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, any comments on this item? None? Entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the agreement.
A second?
Call the roll. Next item, number 8, certification of the annual sanitary sewer service to be levied on the 2026, 2027 tax roll. No. Any questions of council? Any cards on this item? I'd entertain a motion for resolution.
I move that we, I'll second that.
Call the roll, please.
Well,
All right.
National Night Out.
Number 9 is the annual special tax for city's community facilities district number 2006-1, reference to the West Side Public Safety Facilities and district number 2006-2, public safety services for fiscal year 2026, 2027.
Yeah, I think, Tracy, I think you would have to recuse yourself on this one.
Yeah.
So on this one?
Yep.
Again, due to your place of
Because I live
residence.
in the
Yep.
district.
Yes, you live in the district, that's correct. All right, do we have any council member questions on this one? Do we have any public cards on this item? I
I move
entertain a
that we
motion.
adopt resolution number 9479.
Can we do
Oh.
9479 and 9480?
And 9480, absolutely.
Roll. We didn't have any cards on this, no? All right, thank you. Bring our councilman back in. Number 10 is the creation of the police administrative manager classification. Chief Wines.
Hopefully, you were able to read all that staff report there and understand the direction we're trying to go while trying to be fiscally responsible with the police department and still be able to manage. The big issue that we were trying to address was by reducing that one lieutenant and evaluating what that administrative role was doing. We were missing some management aspects on the non-sworn side that was occupying a lot of the sworn side. So by creating this non-sworn management position, it's going to greatly help us refine how we're operating while, with the cuts, save quite a bit of money on overall budget.
Thank you, sir. Any questions of the chief? Any public cards on this item?
Mr. Thompson?
Oh, Councilman Thompson, yes.
Thank you. Just because we're in a budget crunch and everybody's looking. So I heard saving money. So can you just clarify for those that are watching in space and
So we removed one lieutenant position, and we've removed 2 administrative assistant positions.
so is this going to add anything to your current budget?
Well, technically, yes. However, 2 of the positions were already approved to be removed. So we've already reduced the budget. This is adding a little bit from the approved budget, which was already a reduced
Yeah.
budget. So to be very technical, it adds, but overall it reduces quite a bit.
So yeah, well, yeah, you're adding and removing, but it is technically a removal. It's a savings.
Technically, it's 3 removals for 1 added.
For one.
Just so that people are watching.
If I can add, Councilmember Thompson, this is one where, again, the lieutenant he had one lieutenant, well, I shouldn't say, we were unable to recruit a lieutenant, but one of his lieutenants was taken on administrative duties, so ultimately, the police chief, I think, did a heck of a job during that budget process to get us to where we were at. I think there was 5 or 6 positions that were reduced, so this is definitely, was baked into that long-term plan as far as how he wanted to proceed going forward.
Great. Any cards on this item again? None? Council Entertain a motion.
I move that we delete remaining administrative assistant, create an addition of one police administrative manager position, and approve the salary schedule for police administrative position.
Second.
Call the roll.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right. Next item is agenda item number 11, direction to seek outside counsel to assist with the review and drafting response for the grand jury report. Mr. Ring?
Yeah, I'll take this one. This is typically when the city has had a findings or recommendations done by the grand jury. There's a committee that's put together. It's reviewed. We work with our city attorney on the matter to get the recommendations brought before the council. In this particular situation, there was a couple of findings that actually had to do with the ultimately making it a little bit of a conflict for our city attorney, our assistant city attorney, to participate in this process. So I felt it would be best if we get outside counsel to assist us in the drafting of that response.
So it's just for that one item?
Yes.
So, and we have to have legal representation when we are dealing with the grand jury report. Is that what you're saying? And that's the reason? I'm just trying to figure out why before we spend $7,500, why we cannot handle this in-house. And we've got an ad hoc committee.
I think it'd be prudent to at least have somebody review our recommendations and findings. But, and again, I'm not sure if, David, from a legal perspective, if there's issues that you want to highlight. Ultimately, I want to make sure we do it, all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in the response.
Well, so one of the challenges is some of the findings put me in a difficult spot because they pertain to the prior city attorney. That it's not me, but I'm affected by that. I would never recommend that you go without counsel. That's not a wise recommendation.
Right.
So my recommendation is that because I would normally participate in that process, you seek counsel that isn't put in a position of conflict by the content of the findings.
Okay.
So that is my recommendation. Of course, I've had people decide to or not take those recommendations,
Wow.
but that is the recommendation.
Okay. I just wanted a clarification of that, because that would be my last resort, because we're already at a deficit. All right.
Councilman Reynolds is in the queue with a question.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I personally, this is, we're three reasonably intelligent people who could handle this. Excuse me. We're three reasonably intelligent people who can handle this, and these items to be addressed are fairly rudimentary. I mean, anyone with a sixth grade literacy understanding could respond to these. It's not complicated. It's not complicated law or anything else. With all due respect, Mr. Attorney, an attorney's always going to advocate for having an attorney. I don't see any need for it. In this case, it's very simple, and we would have city administrator and other eyes on it as well. But I'm just saying we're in a budget crunch. We need to. I'm not an advocate to keep hiring outside counsels, consultants, all of these things. So I'm against it.
Councilman Thompson's in the queue.
Yeah, legally, do we legally have to respond to the grand jury report?
You have a legal obligation to respond within 90
Okay.
days.
Well, then I am in favor of what Councilman Reynolds said, that I think that between the council members who know the most about this can properly respond.
Councilman Goodson back in the queue.
That- Pinpoint what area.
Said reasonable.
Council's prior direction was to create an ad hoc committee to work with the city attorney and the city administrator to craft that. So the direction from council is inclusive of having legal representation during that process. So if you choose not to, that's up to you. But I am recusing because of the findings. And so you must decide whether you want to have somebody else do that for you, which was what you chose at the last meeting when you created the ad hoc. So I'm just being completely clear about the fact that, the findings don't really permit me to be that individual.
There's findings and recommendations, and then so there's a certain protocol that you have to do, whether you agree, partially agree, don't agree. So there's just certain things again, I could research it, and it's been a minute since I've replied to one. It's been about, I don't know, 8 years.
Yeah.
I could certainly give it my best, but again, I'm not an attorney, so.
I'm next in the queue. I think one of the issues that we have in this particular grand jury report is the performance of our city attorney. And there's a suggestion in the grand jury about taking action beyond that. And I don't think it's for our council that are not attorneys to make that decision whether it should or shouldn't happen. So that's why I think a outside counsel is appropriate to have, so the public is aware of the situation. The grand jury made some findings. I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm just saying they're findings. And it's not appropriate for Mr. Ritchie's firm to be involved because they're talking about the performance of that firm. I just want to clear the deck. So for us to make a legal opinion about whether that performance of the attorney was right or wrong should be, to my mind, identified at least by another attorney so we can move forward. I'm not saying anything about our council ad hoc committee, but there's a legal question here that's pretty significant, and I think we ought to at least on that particular item, maybe if we just contract for that particular item, and the rest of it can be, answered up. It's my suggestion. Vice Mayor Smith is in the queue.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. What I would suggest is that we convene, we go through the process of answering, and then upon producing a product, then it's reviewed, and if there is a particular item that we feel that needs further evaluation, then we can go ahead and then, as I think you already suggested, narrowly, address maybe a more sticky wicket, if you will. Because it may, at the end of the day, be appropriate to have it looked at. But I think we could spend far less money if we take a lot of these items off the table so that we get that cost down as minimally as possible. So I think we could just.
Is that your motion?
That's my motion that we.
Second.
Before we do that, we do have public comment on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Brian Wong?
Mr. Wong, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a very important issue I think that we need to address. And it's, I think, like, part of the concern that I'm hearing about cost, I don't think it should be an issue here because we're talking about contracts and legal matters. So I don't think, we should, try and save a little bit of money, which could cost us a lot at the end. So to give you a case in point, for anybody that's getting a divorce, I hope they're not doing it by themselves. They want to have the best representation possible. They want to make sure that it goes accordingly, and they want to make sure that, at the end of the day, their assets and everything else is well protected for their own interests. So the same situation happens, with this case. We're talking about legal matters, we're talking about contractual issues, we're talking about grand jury, and other issues. So I think focusing on the cost is not the appropriate thing to do, and I would highly suggest that our city really look at this matter seriously and think about what's actually needed, what's the appropriate thing to do, rather than to try and save a few bucks. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Do we have any other cards?
Me.
Okay.
For Marcia Henderson.
Okay, welcome, Marcia. Come on up.
Good evening. I agree with in his statement. I also want to when we in-house attorney, we would still have to pay money to the firm because his contract, it's not like an all-inclusive, I'm going to be on a salary. It's per event. So I'd like to have you entertain if you're thinking about outside counsel versus being too costly, think about what you would have paid Mr. Ritchie here in-house. But I agree completely with Mr. Wong as far as getting an outside counsel. We're talking about contracts and saving some problems further down the road.
Thank you, Marcia. Councilman Johnstone's in the queue.
Thank you. I just want to be clear. So are you recusing yourself completely from the entire grand jury recommendations or just that specific item?
Yes, council member, because the response to some of the other items sort of depends on what your position would be on some of the findings in question that would concern me, right? So in displacing if you were to respond to a finding that was sort of negative in one way by being negative in another, I mean, you shift the allocation of how things happen based on how you respond to more than just the one individual one that might be of concern, if that makes sense, right? They're all related, so you can't really segregate them appropriately. It's most appropriate to just recuse, let you respond. Obviously, we will cooperate with whatever information you need from us that maybe isn't available to the grand jury at the time, so that that can aid in your response, which certainly that does happen. But in terms of being responsible for reviewing what the city ultimately decides is going to be their response, I would be conflicted, in a way that's not really segregable from one point to the next.
Thank you.
Councilman Weber's in the queue.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I tend to agree with the mayor and our speakers as well, that when we look at the totality of the history of this item and the grand jury report, its findings, and then the subsequent responses that we are obligated to give, I think it would be highly irresponsible if, in light of how there has been a series of events that led to this even being a grand jury investigation, and then with these findings, I think it would be very irresponsible for us to try to, not spend a little bit of money for outside counsel when it's a insignificant, very, very insignificant amount of money in order to ensure that our response is accurate, because this entire thing has given all this city, our city council, everybody a black eye already. And so we've got to respond to it. We may as well do it right. And I think it's prudent that we also follow the advice of our legal counsel based upon the things he just laid out. And I think it's also prudent that with Mr. Ring's arguments that he put forward, I think it's just makes sense. It's $7,000. This is not going to, yes, obviously we got to be very responsible with what we're doing. We know the deficit woes we have, but this is also extremely important that we do this right, and we do it right the first time. So I would like to make a motion that we adopt it and do it. So.
Okay, so any other questions? Councilman Thompson's in the queue.
Yeah, I'm not against, but I think it's possible, again, in light of both things, obviously, treating it serious and whatnot, but I still think what Council or Vice Mayor Smith mentioned is doable. There's some items that are on there that the council can address, and then even though it's $7,500, whittling that down in any scope, I think would be beneficial to our budget, so.
Councilman Johnstone's in the queue.
Thank you. So I agree with what you had said, that we would have representation. If you were not recusing yourself, we would be paying you for representation anyway, right? So it's money that would be going, whether we're paying you as our city attorney or we're paying the outside counsel. I mean, we would be paying for it anyway. And so $7,500, although we are very cognizant of our budget, I don't think that is an exorbitant amount of money to just be fully covered in our response to the grand jury report. I mean, this is something that's very serious and we need to take it serious and we need to have coverage, I believe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Councilman Goodson's in the queue.
So I guess the question is, for every item that the grand jury, that's all we're saying. We only have one ticket item that needs legal.
We would have coverage if.
Yeah, but this is a good thing.
Vice Mayor Smith is back in the
I
queue.
think what I'm recommending is a hybrid. So in other words, the items that we can
That's
tackle
all.
and do confidently.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, and then we would submit in the future then to the attorney for full review and then weighing in on the more weightier matters. But I think we could, if we could save off a couple $1,000 bucks.
We can do that.
But it's still responsible. I think we're still having that outside review process happen at the end of the day. That's all I'm suggesting.
Let me ask you a question. The $7,500 amount in your staff report is the maximum amount you're asking for allocation. If we look at Councilman Weber's motion, basically would pass this, but if we give you the direction to spend it as needed?
Yeah, I mean, I would clearly only spend what we had to, but realistically, attorneys probably are going to be $300 an hour. So
Sure, understood.
Yeah.
That was a guess on my part. I figured if we have 2 or 3 meetings with them here, and that they say they're 2 hours each, that's in travel time, that's going to be about $1,000 a meeting. It's a guess. It's a best guess. I do agree. I think some of them are probably cleaner and easier to respond to.
They
Some
are,
of them are
yeah.
going to be a little more meaty. They're going to have to take some digging into.
Right.
But yeah, no, if 7,500 was an estimate on my behalf, and certainly we would do our best to keep the cost as low as possible.
So hearing that, Councilman Weber has a motion. Do you want to make any amendments to your motion, or do you want to leave it like it is?
I will withdraw, because I made a motion or in the
No.
process of, I'll withdraw.
But
I'll
we have two
withdraw.
motions.
We have 2 motions.
I
You
can-
made the first one,
Right, but I
which
can-
is different than his.
Right, but I'll withdraw mine because I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that very mindful.
Right.
You know,
So what we're looking at is the motion would entertain the city administrator and the ad hoc committee's needs for an attorney.
yes.
Like that?
I'll second.
And
Okay.
I just want to make one more comment. Because we've already, at the previous meeting, already consolidated the ad hoc committee, so it just kind of works
Right.
in hand in hand with it.
And would
Yeah.
that, just to clarify, of the committee, with this
Making their
approval,
recommendations.
as well, weeding through and hopefully reducing some of the hours that are required by the lawyer. as
It's a
opposed to-
motion based upon
so.
the committee's
Okay.
need.
Okay.
Okay, so he withdrew his
Yeah.
motion. Hybrid out one.
Right.
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 All right, so how's your motion look?
So the motion would be as follows. We approve to be used as the ad hoc committee.
There you
You
go.
know, it's because
Recommends.
there's the low-hanging fruit that's easy to answer, and then
Right.
there's the ones that are more complicated.
Right.
And then those complicated ones. Does that make enough sense?
That makes enough sense.
I'm entertaining a second,
I'll do a second,
okay?
on the condition that the ad hoc committee needs to be expeditious in when they meet.
Yes, well, we have
Like within-
we have a 90-day period here to respond, so yes, that time period's, the clock has started, all right?
Yes.
So we have a motion and a second, I'll call the roll.
Do you understand?
To be used as the ad hoc committee needs, obviously,
There you
as
go.
little as possible.
Right.
Okay,
Yes. Okay, thank you.
thank you all, all right. What is that? Item number 12. And Vice Mayor has stepped out. Item number 12 is a table for 8 for the 2026 Orville Economic Alliance Annual Barbecue.
Mr. Mayor,
So-
can you just let them know why the vice mayor stepped out? We just have to have that on
Okay,
record.
he is a member of the organization that runs this operation.
Thank you.
Make a motion we approve.
I second.
Do we have any cards on this item? Call the roll. Thank you for letting him back in.
Motion passes 6-1.
Thank you. Item number 13, employment contract for Patrick Piat for the position
Motion we
of
approve.
director. The item is approve employment contract number 3592 I have a motion. Do I have a second?
And Mr. Mayor, if I may, I believe there may be, I believe there's a requirement, so this would be agreement with Pat Pyatt for 158,028, and I want to, Pat has agreed to keep his salary the same, which I think, again, is
Okay,
in the
thank
spirit
you.
of our budget. I think it's important to emphasize that.
Thank you, Patrick.
It'd be a 2-year agreement, and it would also add 1 year. You wish, huh? We all wish. 1 day of vacation as well to the agreement.
Technically not
year
an
vacation.
obligation to read the salary because you're not setting the salary, it's already
Right.
on the ranges and steps, and you're not changing that, but
Okay,
for transparency for the public, it's
Yeah. got it.
better to
Thank you.
just do that.
Mr. Mayor, before we take a motion and second, we do have a public comment card on this item from Brian
Okay.
Wong.
Welcome, Brian.
He's just gonna do kudos.
I was sorry to waste your time. I thought that you guys were still considering, but from some of the comments, it seems like you guys we're hiring Pat already. But anyway, I just appreciate that when I go into city council now, that the staff there touches bases with people who walk in within 5 seconds. So in the restaurant industry, I always pay attention to those details. So if it's possible, I would I recommend that he gets a raise or a bonus. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other cards?
That's all I have, sir.
No? Okay, and we're considering adopting Resolution 9481. I had a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
The employment contract as well,
Yeah.
right? 30
Yes.
days.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What was the motion? I'm sorry. Who motioned?
Emotion.
Thank you.
Okay, call roll. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Mayor, can I make a comment?
Yes, please.
Pat, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank
much.
you. We do appreciate you. Thank you for being on board, and thank you for the work you do. We really appreciate
All
you.
right, we have a second public hearing. Any non-agenda item cards?
I do, sir.
Oh, we do.
I do have one from Don Naher.
John Maynard, come on up, sir.
Don.
Here?
Yes.
All for helping Butte County. Chuck knows what I'm gonna talk about. We out there, anybody ever heard of the Western Pacific Edition?
Mm-hmm.
You have? Well, that's good. You're on point. Anyway, we got a mine out there, and since the Feather Falls fire, the Robinsons got burned out of the Feather Falls fire, and they moved back to Mother's house. And the daughter says, go right over there. That's a big empty place over there, little house on it, the whole bit. So the two brothers moved over there, okay? This piece of property is a condemned piece of property. It has a well on it and a mine on it. They fenced the whole thing. They're not supposed to be there at all. So now, I went down and I retired in 17, and I drove 3 more years for Wheeler. And the state of California says, I called him, asked, what do I do now? I got rid of my trucks and trailers and all that. He says, they told me to go sit on the porch. Well, I ain't one to do that. So I bought a tractor with a postal digger in it, and I bought fruit trees at Home Depot, 50-something bucks a piece. And I planted them all over my place. And I got five fruit trees that died. I want to know why. I can't keep taking these trees back there and get their year warranty on them. I can't do that. So I found out why. The mine has arsenic and mercury in it. And they, back in the 1930s, they condemned these mines, and they put arsenic and mercury in it to condemn the well. So they moved on this piece of property, and I got all the pictures you need right here seeing all this. They put their marijuana grove up and all this bit, and he was pumping water out of the well to make his marijuana grow. But right across the board fence is my property. And the road, the hill's kind of a low spot in it. Well, he watered his marijuana and watered it, and all the water went down across into my place, and all the ground squirrels and everything else. 5 sheep and 6 lambs died, the chickens died, the fruit trees died, the live oak trees died, big live oak tree. I got the pictures of it. White oak trees, and the water runs right down around my place. Chuck did some of the block work for me. And runs right around my place killed a big pine tree down by the mailbox I planted in the 60s, and another fruit tree. What are we gonna do to try and prevent them pumping water out of this well running down? Because it's all dried up right now. As soon as the water rains again, the ground soaks up. The water goes down, hit the clay, and it will pick up that and go farther.
Sir, I have to, you've exceeded your 3 minutes. We can't really answer any more of your questions because that's not in our jurisdiction. Not where you're at,
I'm in the county,
right.
yes.
So we have no jurisdiction to help you out.
What can we do to do something about this?
I would suggest you to go out to the County Board of Supervisors and have a good, the same discussion with them. Because there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to court 14 times on the Robinson case, trying to get this stopped, and we never got nowhere. I had the judge look at me and said, we can't do nothing.
I know, but there's nothing the city of Oroville can help you with.
You're in the
This
county.
is in Butte County.
I know it's in Butte County, but the city of Oroville stops on Longbar Road. We're not in your jurisdiction. We have no authority out there. So I appreciate your concern and thank you for bringing it to us. And we certainly sympathize with your situation, but you need to talk to Butte County. Talk to your county supervisor.
Okay, where do you go to do that?
It's at County Center Drive.
I've been there 100 times.
And did you talk to,
You need to talk to
Who
your
did
county
you-
supervisor, probably is Bill Conley.
yeah,
I've been over there 100 times. I'll go talk to him again.
Yeah?
But somebody needs to stop this because this stuff's going right down.
I-
goes
I-
across the
I hear you,
road,
sir.
goes down Almond, right straight to the
Right.
river.
And I sympathize with you, but we have no authority to do anything to help you out.
Sir.
You should also contact Butte County Public Health and Code Enforcement.
Butte County Public Health tells me to go get a sample of the water. Where do you get a sample of the water?
I appreciate it. All right,
Appreciate
good luck to you, man.
Good luck, sir.
What do you say? Good.
Come on up here and write your phone number.
All right.
Write your name and number right there.
Okay, any future agenda items with council?
Yes.
Go ahead, Councilman Thompson. All right.
So wait for me. That's why.
Why you come here?
Got a couple things going at the same time.
Reynolds knows him. We grew up.
Yeah.
Said he's talked to Conley.
Code enforcement, right? Probably.
He needs evidence.
What about what about like
Right.
hazardous, like hazardous?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know the money he's talking about. Okay, Councilman Thompson, go ahead.
We got about three things going on at the same time here.
Yeah,
I know, sidebars.
but your item is under future agenda items. What would that be?
All right, so I have several items. One of them being, I would like to have a future agenda item to discuss the timeline between when the agenda is released for the council to review before city council. Currently, there's only a few days that the council has, and some of these items are pretty important. And being that unless you don't have anything to do on your weekends or a Friday, pretty much
busiest
gives you
time.
about one day to look over the agenda, which really is not fair to us or the citizens who vote us in. So I would like an item to come up where we discuss that timeline.
Okay.
That's the first one. Is anybody?
I'll second that.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. The second one is, we are in, as everybody knows and their neighbor,
Okay.
budgetary issue. And I think part of, personally, what I would love to see that would help to remedy that for future would be any items that are on the agenda, I would like to have them put on the agenda as a different color so that it's clearly seen that they're non-budgetary items. That brings a little more pressure to staff or different directors of getting ahead of, the year and making sure they stay on budget because, there's sometimes items that we see the number and we're like, okay, we approved the item, it's needed. not necessarily being clear that it's a non-budgeted item. So when you add up, my wife and I were just going through our own budgetary cycle, and we're like, gosh, what is it that is our issue? And it's not any, we're not going to Saks Fifth Avenue and buying, Louis Vuitton or whatever. There's nothing offense against Louis Vuitton. But, we live, it seems like within our means, yet it seems like at the end of each month, we're going, pulling from Peter to pay Paul, and did our own investigation. It's just your nickel and dime. It's just constant nickel and dime items that add up over time. So you do that each year, and you have a number of departments, and they're just little items and little items, and it's just this, and it's just that, and it's just this. And then pretty soon, you're $2.5 million in deficit, and we go, how did we get here? And so the budgetary process is very important for the council. And so it's not that we can't have non-budgeted items, but I do think there needs to be a little extra pressure and a little more clarity on the items that are requested to this council that are not budgeted.
So Councilmember Thompson, just for clarity, I want to make sure that I'm understanding this correct. Is
Yeah.
that you want agenda items regarding any kind of budgetary expenditures to be
Any
a different
expenditures
color?
that are not budgeted to be on the agenda as a different color.
You want that to be, say, like, the difference between black of a regular item and red for
Blue,
budgetary?
sure.
Okay.
Red for, this is a non-budgeted item.
Non-budgeted, okay.
Yeah. So, and it's not that it's wrong, but that we look at it and we go, we have to understand that this item is not budgeted. Yeah.
Do you care if it's non-general fund, like grant funds type of thing?
Primarily from our general fund, yeah.
Okay.
Anything general.
But
Okay.
put in the agenda for us to discuss is my request.
Okay. Anything else? You had said 3 items.
Yeah, there's 4.
Oh, there's 4, okay.
Would anybody else like to?
No, finish up.
You didn't get a second on that.
I didn't get a second on that.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Okay. Another one is we asked this question for clarity on items. Again, most of this also with budget. Yeah, it's all has with budget. That instead of having to ask, where does this come out of? I'd like it to be just listed in there. So we don't have to ask, what account is this coming out of? Fiscal impact, it already states very clearly, this comes out of this account. If it is a non-budgeted item, then I would like there to be under fiscal impact, how are we gonna pay for it? Because,
But they do that.
okay, just
Do that.
clear as day, great. So we don't need a second on that one. Fourth and final, no, I think that's it. Praise God.
Good.
But
Fiscal
the
impact
reason-
include,
can I-
if you want to. Yep.
So the reason,
Go ahead.
hello, Mayor.
And I'm not putting this all on our
Right,
staff,
right.
it's just, I'm looking ahead for the future of how can we possibly prevent, because, of getting us into of us going into the same situation again. And we're the ones who approve things, so it's not on staff, it's us. I would just like a little more clarity so that when I look at items, I know what we're doing better.
Okay.
Well, I'm not-
Councilman Goodson has a
Well, I'm
question.
not sure.
You're-
Because, all right, so when we have an agenda, it always states at the end,
Yeah,
whether
fiscal
it's
impact.
page 1 or page 50, that where those monies come from. The only reason why I bring it up is because a lot of people out there in TV land don't know that it is a capital investment, it's coming from the transportation fund, so that's why.
So as an agenda item, we have that, we'll come back with something for that and help clarity to that issue. Any other agenda items from council members? Next item is correspondence. We see there's a letter from PG&E, a correspondence from McNeil Office, and a correspondence from Jeff McClure. Those are in the packet. With that being said, I'm going to say at 6:30, this meeting is adjourned till the next regular meeting of the Oroville City Council held on August 18th, 2026 at 4 p.m.